Ahead of the Akwatia by-election, ebebaso on 2nd of September 2025, the biggest opposition party in Ghana, the New Patriotic Party, NPP, led by Omu Communications Director, Richard Jakpa, and then Woma press conference. Na ensembebri ena Richard Jakpa, they are 12 so waka ensembebri. Na mebemao titles of ensem no kekan no na mabo video na kira muati. Na semba ko kan ni say Kevin Taylor mpo enam freely. Senior waka na mika or see even Kevin Taylor is walking about freely. People have said far less and yet been apprehended. Ti Richard Jakpa person kire say Kevin Taylor eba Ghana nanti free. Oye journalism ekasati ya nkrofo ba Ghana nanti free ya nyanehwe. Eye den na obi nso ye the same thing. Na ye chinipa no ko shem na ye man bill. Na one point no. Another point or the buy and say what say. So mu NPP ehu soldier ni ewa Akwatia by election na. They will deal with that soldier because omu hu ni say oye tag. That is another point. Third point in say, woman so more reliable information. I say NDC air trainee tags bibri. Edi omakogu Akwatia by election no. We ena sema kakraka Richard Jakpa eba be jina mu party na mu eka ye as press conference. Edi chire Ghana fo nyina say wo muntie. Na I know say ubehia me commentary my dream chire won nsem miensa we nyina ho enti na mesra say ubetwan etie video na wi na watie me nso my dream chire yentie Richard Jakpa na yendi nkomo quick.
Guaranteed speech under Article 21, and you know the individuals who have been arrested, some of them still in detention. I know one Priscilla Dia and Charity Tete, who are still on remand for 2 weeks, merely for exercising their rights under Article 21. You know about Sir Obama Pokwase, who has been arrested. You know earlier on Mohammed Zaku, who has been arrested and are currently facing trial. Belinda Bosumpim also facing trial. One Yaya Abu also arrested simply for expressing herself on social media. And we know, and all of you know in the media, you would attest to it, the kind of disruptive exploits of Kevin Taylor. But that individual is in the country, is being protected by this administration. Our courts cleared him of all wrongdoing. And if we have somebody like that walking about, and people who have said far less, and this one, don't quote me, quote your own selves. You know what Kevin Taylor did on social media to date. Comparing what he has done to what people have said. And they are on remand, some of them are facing trial. It's interesting that the same national security that is guarding and protecting Kevin Taylor around the country is the same national security arresting people for saying far less. The same court that cleared Kevin Taylor is the same court trying and ordering the remand of people who have said far less. So that was the original matter we wanted to discuss with you, for which reason we called you. But whilst we prepare and got ourselves ready to come, other developments came in, part of our meetings on Akwatia. And so we thought that by the myriads of clear and overwhelming video evidence that you have, that individuals have from Abuakwa North, which have been widely circulated on social media and traditional media, the Ghana Police Service has failed to make any significant progress in apprehending the real perpetrators to face the full rigors of the law. Now, I think we hear some 8 people have been arrested. But the point is that the people involved in that undertaking are more than the 8. After the New Patriotic Party demanded full-scale investigation into the incident, the Ghana Police Service gave assurances of impending arrest of the culprits. A few days later, the police administration surreptitiously announced the arrest of some faceless and nameless culprits. To our utmost surprise, these faceless and nameless thugs who assaulted former ministers, women, and members of the New Patriotic Party were granted bail by the police on our blind side. On our blind side. Again, we reference the public statement made by the NDC Deputy General Secretary, my good friend Mustafa Bandi, in relation to the Akwatia by-election. In this, he made very threatening statements regarding the police being in position to cause arrest of NPP officials who are wanted by the police. At the meeting with the police, the NPP asked the police administration whether they had any warrant for the arrest of any NPP person, and the IGP's response was that no such warrants exist. Nevertheless, the New Patriotic Party has very reliable information and intelligence that the NDC intends to hide behind the guise of national security to terrorize some residents and voters in Akwatia and during the by-election. It is instructive to note that the police administration has indicated their deployment of 5,000 service men for the Akwatia by-election. Despite the IGP's unequivocal assurance that the Ghana Police Service does not need any military support to maintain law and order, the famous who has been appointed as the Director of Operation at the National Security has been seen perambulating the Akwatia constituency with soldiers and reportedly threatening some indigents and residents to leave town before the by-election in their own interest. Upon the assurance of the IGP, we want to make it abundantly clear that any soldier involved in the Akwatia by-election will be considered and dealt with as a thug, or in a manner as a thug. We therefore call on the President, who is the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, and in whose responsibility, on whose shoulder the responsibility of the security of the state rests, to call Richard Jakpa to order and ensure that no soldier meddles in the Akwatia by-election. We are also reliably informed that the NDC has been training some of the thugs they used or deployed in Abuakwa North parliamentary rerun under the guise of national security and intends to clandestinely clothe them in police uniform to deploy them during the by-election. The NDC and the Ghana Police Service must know that as a party that has just exited government in less than a year, we have our eyes and ears on the ground and on them, knowing what the NDC is noted for.
Okay, so this is Richard Ahiagba speaking on behalf of the New Patriotic Party. Nensem Enawakano. Mr. Richard Ahiagba, who say you have been informed or you have evidence. Sembabet now I say I have been informed that let's say Yaboma manie. There's no evidence. Engineer Sobianio. Because in some more countries, NDC for air training tax for the Akwatia by-election. Almost sancrophobe koguho no marco intimidating yade. When you allegation, a rumor, engineer swani ho. Are you alleging or you are telling us say that is the truth? And not so ekasa about police any ade. NDC ba power omunye mfa police ni ba ku. Munim sa. NDC ba power omu recruiting police you. Police for na MPP mu recruit omu 8 years ago no. Omu ana nda so ho. Enti endese mo ba bonti be ka se munyi police ni ndi. Na mu ka che police for so munyi omu adwuma yi. NDC are recruiting police bi. Dabi even Yohono na mudi na ye mo deputy IGP. Yohono na ye IGP ndeno. MPP under you. And edi Yohono ye deputy IGP. To dampare na me menti deputy IGP dinda. Yes. Menti bimpenyi sem da. Muna mudi deputy IGP bae. Ena dampare free ho. Ena president mama de share so nya IGP. Mrefi. You can remember. Mukain we na. And see, nobody is what? Nobody is saying Richard Anyagba is lying, but MPP more evidence to Niamu Kana. You should bring it out. We'll support you. Yeah. Me Martina platform we so condemn election violence. Me say me mean support it. To say papa se mu engineer so said this is what the ruling NDC yet ya. Mu for evidence imbra. Ye be support ya kabia mam. But say mun engineer so bia to Niamu Kana dia and is a lie. Yes. Mu fa engineer so mbra. Say mu the evidence ba. Because anybody or allege biano on a prove it. It is a while allege I'll prove it to Ghanaians say when say ampa NDC for air training BBC and air training tax ahead of the Akwatia by-election. Because only one be candy evidence via no but say one candy. Nobody will ask you to prove it. But only one candy evidence in one. You have to look for evidence to back such claims. That's it. Say you have been informed. Nipa na wa inform you and finding as so amount so kwa can prove it. Anyway, we are all here and we are watching. Yebe Sibiano update beba. Thank you.